squelch, 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 squelch.
Welcome back to Squelch. I'm Dano.
I'm Man at Arms.
And I'm Storm Reed, and we're here to remind you that Life is Strange is a game, and that games are supposed to be fun.
We did it, friends. This is it, Chapter 5. This is the last episode of Life is Strange. Thank you for going on this fun, wild ride with us. Just like a quick reminder, next week we start Darkest Dungeon, which I am so excited about. I already started playing, so can't wait for all that. But we've got like a lot to get to, and we're going to try not to go like 3 hours today. So I think we should go ahead and get right to it and thank some patrons.
Thanks. I am pretty incredible.
Patrons, thank you. As a thank you, we rolled a D100 today, and a patron won a free game. So congratulations to Beef Squatch. You got a copy of Darkest Dungeon, Hades, or Hades 2 coming your way. Go ahead and hit me up in Discord. Let me know what you would like and your Steam tag or whatever it's called. Gamer tag, is that what it's called? Username? I don't know what it's called. But I'll get you whatever copy you want. So cool. Thanks for being a patron, and we love you very much, just like we love all our patrons very much.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Hello, old friend. Let's meet for tea after the match, shall we?
We are not playing
slurp,
around
slurp.
Right.
We're
We're
getting to
we're
it.
we're on task. We're on focus.
Yeah, we're nailing it.
We're a real big boy adult podcast today.
Crushing it.
Storm Rage, you did a lot this week. Tell me about it.
I played Life is Strange and a little Hearthstone and Helldivers. Boy, howdy, who could have seen those 3 games coming for me? Wow. Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot. I basically worked like 12 hours each day of the week, and then I had my show this weekend. So the little time that I had, I either threw in Life is Strange or I played Helldivers. Still a great game. Dano, you also played a lot of things this weekend.
I was so excited about Darkest Dungeon. I got an early start. So I finished Life is Strange on Monday or Tuesday of this last week. And then immediately got in playing Darkest Dungeon. God, what a fun game. Doing something new this time. I'll talk about it a lot more next week, but I'm playing a modded game because I've got 115 hours into this game now. So I'm playing a modded game. Got started on that. And congratulations to Beef Squatch again for being my first character to die. So congratulations. It was just a regular old mob, not even a boss or anything, the first room of a dungeon, and he just got crit, missed his life roll, dead. It's oh, well, bye.
Sometimes that happens.
Right.
But that's it for me. Life is Strange and Darkest Dungeon. Matt at Arms. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Balatro came out on mobile this week or last week. It was one of these last couple. Anyway, Balatro came out on mobile. I've been playing it a ton on my iPad. It's also a phone version. The phone version actually stinks. I hate it. But the iPad version's perfect. Yeah, it's very good. It's great for sitting on my patio chilling, or in my bed chilling, or anywhere where I'd like to play Balatro, which is just about anywhere, honestly. I did install Darkest Dungeon. I did start it today, and then I closed it because I was I'm not ready to do this yet. Instead of that, I did watch the Hobbit trilogy for the first time all the way through. Here's my 1-minute review of all 3 movies. First one is good. Second one is really good. Third one's fine. It's second one's the best one of the 3. And rewatched The Matrix for the first time in 10, 15 years. That movie's 25 years old. It holds up extremely well. Shockingly well. And it's just a period piece of the late 90s, and it's amazing. Because the Matrix, they actually name-checked 1999 in the movie. So It works. So that's what I've done this week.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun fact, I tried to watch The Matrix 3 times and fell asleep all 3 times and have never tried again.
No,
I just figure I don't need that in my life, obviously. I tried my best. I did my bestest, and I just couldn't stay awake in that movie. It is snoozy.
I will tell my son, there are 3 other movies of The Matrix You don't need to watch any of them. It'll be fine.
I've heard the recent one was fine. I heard that
Yeah,
was fine.
I actually disagree. I think the second is still good. It's not the same movie. It's a very different movie, and I understand that. And there are people that like certain things in the first one that just aren't there in 2 and 3.
Yeah,
they
like
play a lot
anything.
more into like the power fantasy in 2 and 3, and I really like that aspect. And I think that the newest one is also pretty good. Like I think they're fine movies. The first one is the best, but I think all are certainly watchable.
I mean, it just works so well as a standalone piece of media. It is just so good. It is really good. I was so shocked how well it held up.
It's
Even the
great
sunglasses, how stupid they look, hold up.
Yeah.
They always did, though. They
Yeah.
always did.
Yeah, they always did.
That's why they hold up so well. 'Cause
Right?
It always looked dumb. Hey, let's move on to the Life is recap. Oh, real quick though, content warning, spoiler warning. We're gonna spoil the last chapter 5 of Life is Strange. If you don't want that, skip ahead till next week.
You can actually just skip ahead all the way to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
The rest of this week is Life is Strange. So I mean, I guess you could skip to the very end when we like rate the games.
Yeah.
But so maybe I will insert Enthralamek here to tell you where that is. Maybe I won't. Only future us knows.
Ooh.
So it's a time gimmick, I
It's a
guess.
mystery.
Who knew? It's a mystery to us all.
Skip to 5043 for the Naga sandwich.
Also, content warning this week, as always, a little bit less, a lot of violence this week, less bullying, self-harm, mental health stuff, but it's all kind of still part of it. So if any of that kind of is gonna get you, just move on until next week.
There is mental health stuff in like the last little bit of the game before the final decision, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little more of a surreal chapter and less of a like a I don't know, episode of Degrassi, I guess.
Mhm. Yes.
So
Yes, indeed.
all right, so let's go ahead and get into that.
Whoa. What did you find? Rachel in the dark room. Over and over. That's it. We can't trust anybody. Except each other.
You know more about her than me.
No, you and Chloe think you know more than anybody, like all teenagers.
Oh, look. The Wonder Twins.
What are you doing in my dorm? You are so dead!
Nathan is truly psychotic. I know he has something to do with Rachel missing. Kate wasn't the first. All those binders are filled with other victims.
What are you doing here, Max?
Victoria has to be next.
What a lame gimmick.
Rachel, why is he putting her in the ground like that? Where?
The junkyard. Max, we have to find that spot now.
Rachel, what? I'm sorry, Chloe. I'm so sorry. I know you're close to Nathan, but your life is in serious danger. Nathan just texted me. He says there won't be any evidence left after he's done. Oh God, Max, look. She's still there. Oh, no. Chloe. Look how. What the f?
And what you don't see, so you can't see it because it's an audio medium, but after the gunshot, you see Mark Jefferson's like face and body come into view, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to say one thing every time like I hear the recap, like every time I hear it. Frank's delivery on "Oh look, it's the Wonder Twins" always cracks me up.
I love
It is
Frank.
so good.
I'm telling you, I want Frank. If Frank is not in the new game, I'm going to be legitimately upset and sad.
Right?
Hey, Stormway, should you give us the character recap?
Yeah, so I'm gonna only hit the kind of the major characters here. So I deleted a couple of characters that we might see here or there, but let's talk about the major players. So of course, first off is Max. She is our hero. She can rewind time with the powers of her mind. She can also go back pretty far in time by looking at photographs that have been taken. Chloe is her best friend, a blue-haired high school dropout, childhood best friend of Max, and recent cohort of Max. And in the last episode, she was shot and killed by Mark Jefferson. Rachel Amber is the missing friend of Chloe that we find out last episode is now deceased, and we recently found her body. David Madsen is a security guard at the school that this is all taking place at, and is the stepdad to Chloe. Nathan Prescott is a rich kid and a drug dealer. He's kind of supported by his father so that he can stay out of trouble, and it is believed that he has killed Rachel, Amber, and others. At the very beginning, or at the end of the last episode, I should clarify. Warren, nerdy science kid who has a crush on Max. At the end of the last episode, they took a picture together. Mark Jefferson, photography teacher, who at the very end of the last episode kills Chloe and drugs Max. Principal Wells is the principal of the school. He has a pretty somewhat large part in this section. Victoria is the rich girl and the bully who's very good friends with Nathan Prescott. And we warned her at the end of the last episode, hey, be careful of Nathan. Well, at least we did. You don't have to if you're a monster. And Frank is the drug dealer in town. Chloe owes him a lot of money. Maybe you paid it back, maybe you didn't. And he had a very strong relationship with Rachel Amber.
Yes. Principal Wells plays a big part in this chapter. We are going to talk about him for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it's not really exciting to talk about walking around an art gallery. So not a lot to say, even though it's a big part of the chapter. Not much to say about it in a recap. So.
When it comes to that point, I do have something to say about Mr. Wells.
Okay, cool. Principal Wells. He is called Principal Wells. He might be a doctor. We don't know. Could have his PhD in secondary education. That's possible. Could have his EDD.
Sure.
Anyway, so chapter 5 begins with Max waking up in the dark room, duct taped to a chair, surrounded by bright lights. Max frees her foot and pulls over a trolley that is filled with syringes, drugs, and photos. She is able to grab one of the photos and travel back in time, similarly to how she saved Chloe's dad in the alternate reality. After going back in time to earlier that night, Max confronts Mr. Jefferson, who admits to killing Nathan Prescott, claiming that he had to do so since Nathan clumsily overdosed Rachel while trying to mimic Jefferson's twisted photography. Max taunts Jefferson into throwing her diary at her, which she then uses to travel back in time to the start of the game. So Max, in her diary, takes these photos that you take throughout the game, actually, and they go into her diary. So she used like one of those, which is a pretty cool way that they kind of tied like an in-game element to the actual story, I thought. So,
yep.
Anything to say about that, you guys? That part with
No.
This was the first like. Oh, this is a different type of game right now, where you're restrained, you're tied down, and it's creepy. You know that if Max does nothing, she is going to die, and that immediacy is really, really intense to start off the chapter. Almost every other chapter starts off pretty slow. Like, here's kind of the set pieces. Here's a reminder of kind of where we're at, and this one is like, nope, you're trapped. You're probably gonna die. Figure a way out.
Yeah, and like the part with Victoria is Victoria really can't help. She's still like drugged to the gills and can't wake up, and then when she does, she's kind of just like in panic mode and depending on Max to figure out what to do in the situation.
Oh wait, Victoria woke up for you?
I believe she does, doesn't she?
No, she didn't wake up for me.
Oh, does she wake up later? Or I don't
think I ever talked with her.
Yeah, the only time I saw Victoria in this game, other than on the floor, was in the
very surreal section. You can talk to Victoria when she's on the floor. Did you do that?
No, she was like incoherent and drugged.
So you can talk to her, nothing happens, and then you can go back and keep on trying to talk to her, and eventually I think she wakes up.
Oh, okay.
And will be like Matt, and you can like talk, say how you have a plan and how you're gonna get you out of that situation. So you can keep on going back to her. Throughout the beginning of the episode, the chapter, to kind of just conversate with her.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So in the past, Max immediately notifies David Madsen about Jefferson, Rachel Amber, and the dark room, counting on David's suspicious nature to believe her, which he does. She submits her photo for the Everyday Photo Contest to Mr. Jefferson.
Everyday Heroes Contest. Not Everyday
Everyday
Photo.
Everyday Heroes Photo Contest photo to Mr. Jefferson. Something she couldn't bring herself to do earlier. Soon after Jefferson and Nathan are both arrested during the school day. So you get this like photo sequence of Jefferson and Nathan being like handcuffed and dragged out of school by the officers, and then David Mattson. So the Everyday Heroes Photo Contest is kind of a big running thing, like a side thing throughout the story that we didn't bring up very much, but basically Max never turns in her photo for the contest because she's just kind of too nervous or scared to do it. And then after this scene, like she's very confident in herself after kind of freeing herself, and confronts Jefferson and is able to do it. And they kind of like notice that something is different about her. So.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. There really isn't a whole lot in this in this particular. It's like you just kind of have to do the thing. Like it just. Yeah. And
you can console Kate and like tell her what you wished you had told her earlier in the game.
Yeah.
And kind of like tell her, hey, you have friends. I am here for you. I know what you are going through. Basically, like be that person that Kate didn't have until after her attempt in the second chapter.
Right.
Max wakes up on a plane with Principal Wells. They are heading to Seattle after she won the contest. It's a very surreal scene where you look out the window and everything is kind of red, and you look out to the front of the plane and everything is like kind of blurry. Like it's obvious that she's traveling through time and sees things differently than everybody else. Everything is kind of like photorealistic, or like kind of like it's like a developed photo quality almost. Like you just like to see the photo developing.
Because at this
that's
point,
kind of what she sees.
At this point, it's essentially like an Inception version of like she went a dream within a dream. So she just went a photo within a photo to go back in time, and now she's one layer out of that photo, but she's still in one photo essentially. And so it's not until the next time that she wakes up that she is like in the prime timeline again, if that makes sense. There's a lot of time travel this episode. So if you get a little bit confused, it's kind of intentionally so, of like you're not really sure for a while what timeline you exist in.
Yes. So Max believes that everything is fixed. So she goes around the art gallery kind of enjoying being like the star for the moment. But then she checks her phone, realizing she never took it off of silent mode, never turned it back on after getting off the plane. And she finds a bunch of voicemails from Chloe. She listens to one, and she finds a very disturbing voicemail from Chloe. Chloe crying on the beach, saying that, asking Max for help. The storm is coming. The storm is coming. And Max realizes at this moment that she didn't actually fix anything, and everything is still awful. The storm is still going to destroy the town. And so Max rushes to her photo where it is displayed in the art gallery and uses it to travel back in time. This part was my favorite part of the game. And the first time I really paid attention to it, she keeps getting interrupted by people to congratulate her.
It's so good.
So funny. She's like, not right now. I'm trying to do something. It happens a couple times right now. It is really funny.
My favorite part is that the number of times you get interrupted depends on how quickly you focus. So it's not it'll interrupt you a set number of times before it goes, because I only got interrupted once.
Oh, really?
And
Maybe
so
that's my problem.
My partner who was watching me play was like, yeah, I think I was interrupted like 2 or 3 different times during that, because I forgot how to do the focusing thing for a second. And so I like that that's a time dependent of like, someone's just going to interrupt you as you're staring at your own picture.
That's really funny. I had never noticed it before, so I must have. I think I've only been interrupted once during the firch time. I was like 3 or 4 times this time, so I must have really had a hard time focusing.
It's such a weird little puzzle too. It's like you have to direct your thumbsticks or whatever. I don't know what the keyboard and mouse version is, but
I don't know.
It's left, right, mouse, AD on the keyboard. It's a little.
Oh, that's
weird.
horrible.
Yeah.
What do you think about Principal Wells there, Storm Rage?
That's me.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah, it's me. I'm in red. Principal Wells is amazing in this timeline. First of all, he's like actually standing up to the Prescotts now. Like, I'm gonna, I bow to the Prescotts too often. I am now gonna stand up for the Prescotts. And also, the most important thing, he's just there to enjoy the buffet. Like, he's just like, they better have a good buffet or I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah, it's easy to stand up to somebody who's,
In
just
jail.
got brought low. I
Yeah.
mean, not really so much standing up so much as like there's no more, like the danger has passed, the money is gone.
But I
so
think
now there's no reason to kind of suck up to them.
this section is what makes me a Principal Wells stan. Of like, I understand that he legitimately makes really bad choices throughout a lot of this game. He sides with Nathan too quickly. He absolutely sucks up to the Prescotts. But this at least gave him some gray, and he appears to be genuinely repentant in his behavior previously. And he's like, I should have believed you. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. And then also gives Max like some really good life advice. Like, I wanted to be a principal since I was 7 years old, and I knew it and I went for it. You should go for it. You should, because you have the talent to do so, and we'll support you however we can. And so I recognize that, like, are all of his choices great throughout the game? Absolutely not. But I think that he is someone that is restrained by the system a lot, and he has a good heart. Admittedly, drinks too much, but this is the scene that makes me really like Principal Wells.
After I have stuff I could say more, but I don't think I don't need to say anymore.
Dano doesn't like Principal Wells. That's the important conclusion.
No, see, episode 1, chapter 1, you go and be like, hey, this kid has a gun. And he's like, I think there's something wrong with you, lady. Are you perhaps that time of the month thing right now? It's like, you're irredeemable. You're irredeemable.
I mean, he just had a drink or two. He's fine.
Anyway, so Max tried to go back in time using the photo. Instead of arriving in her room, Max finds herself back in the dark room. This time she sees that her diary has been destroyed, leaving her trapped without a way to use her photos to travel through time. David arrives to save the day, and after a struggle, Max rewinds time, guiding him in the way to take down Jefferson. Max remembers a selfie Warren took with her in the Vortex party, and she determines to go and find him.
Can I interrupt here?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a choice, quote unquote, that you would get to
It's a
have in
choice.
this section where David gets a scar or not.
It's
one of those, and according to the worldwide stats, it's 96% of the people playing David got the scar. 4% did not get the scar. I wanted to figure out how you did not give David the scar. I went back after I beat the game, after I finished the game, and to this section and replayed it enough times to do it. You know how he doesn't get the scar?
No.
You don't warn him.
What?
Yeah.
So those 4% are total monsters. Like, yeah, get it, Mr. Jefferson. Get it.
Basically, if you don't warn David, when Mr. Jefferson swings the tripod at him, it knocks the gun out of his hand. The gun doesn't go off and get David.
Oh.
So the fight happens as it normally does, except for that one thing that gives David the scar.
That's really funny. Kudos those 4%.
It took me I spent an hour and a half going through the scenes. I was like, how do I not give David the scar? And I was like, what?
I love all of that. I love that so much. Max steals Jefferson's car keys and is going to head out to the two whales to look for Warren, but David stops her to ask where Chloe is. This brings up one of the major choices of the episode. There aren't many, but there are a few. This first one is we are given the option to either tell David the truth about what happened to Chloe at the end of chapter 4, or we can lie to him. If we tell him the truth, then he will shoot Mr. Jefferson while he is on the ground, essentially taking care of the business. And then, overcome with grief, will cry and kind of talk about how he regrets everything and how he wasn't a good enough stepdad and how he wishes he could have a do-over. And if you lie, think he just stays there with him waiting for the cops to come. I don't remember exactly how that works.
Yeah, I want to add two things to that. If you lie, he's very, very grateful and talks about how all he wants is for Chloe to be safe and how he is going to be better about certain things. And the thing that gets me, and I didn't choose it this time, so maybe my memory is wrong, but I was really confident because it stood out to me a lot the first time I chose it. If you tell him the truth, he doesn't just kill Jefferson. He also takes his own life.
Oh, he didn't in my playthrough.
He didn't, yeah. I watched both versions because I had him. I told him the truth, and then I rewound and did the other, and he was, right. He wasn't taking his own life.
Yeah, I don't think so. I could go back and look.
Could it be a version
that rings a bell maybe from a playthrough that I have? I don't know for sure. I see you going on the internet to see, so let us know one way or the other. But in mine, he just sat there, kind of like, on his own, kind of in his old world when you leave. So on her way to the two whales, she has to drive through this massive storm, this one that she's been seeing all week. Max gets a voicemail, or finds out that she has a voicemail from Nathan that kind of came through while she was drugged up. And he's sobbing, apologizing, and warning her that Jefferson is coming after him, about how he knows that it's his time and he regrets everything, and he's very sorry for everything that he did. And it's like a sad moment of the villain kind of realizing that there are consequences. And it's kind of a touching moment, to be honest, and kind of sad because you see that he's still the boy, really. That was, instead of having any sort of like anybody there to kind of look out for him, everybody was either looking out for their own interests, like in the case of Principal Wells, who was more concerned about the money coming into the school, about Nathan's father, who was more cared more about the reputation, or Mr. Jefferson, who kind of more cared about having like a twisted son, and nobody really looking out for this kid who was just lost and confused and desperately needed help. So kind of a sad little moment, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to the town, everything is absolutely destroyed. Like, trucks are overturned, buildings are collapsing. It is absolute destruction of the highest quality or quantity, or absolute destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to kind of navigate through that, saving as many people as possible. I assume we all saved Alyssa, and by assumed I mean I forgot to save Alyssa. So at the very end, I forgot to save Alyssa. I saw her standing up there needing to be rescued, and then I was like, oh, I'll come back to her. And then realized after getting through like one of the puzzles and autosave going off, being like, oh no, and I couldn't go back to save her. It was a sad moment in my life because I never forgot to save her before. It was a bit of a bummer.
I mean, depending on your final choice.
Well, yes, we'll get to the final choice. We'll get to the final choice. But yes, so after navigating the obstacles of storm hitting Arcadia Bay, you get to Two Whales and greeted by Warren and Chloe's mom, Joyce.
There's a really kind of moment here that I loved where like you get out of the one puzzle and then you walk towards the two whales and all of a sudden it explodes. Like
the two whales?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's like, and then you have to do, there's another puzzle you have to figure out. It's great. It's great. It's a great little moment.
Put sand to put out some gasoline. This really is a really fun part.
Yeah.
So at this point, Max has another option to give, and Storm Rage is telling me that he has something to say.
Yes, I do have an answer, and it can indeed happen. It's not explicit, but David basically tells you, hey, you need to go outside. You don't want to be here for what's about to happen next. And so it's not explicitly shown, but it is heavily implied.
Gotcha. So you can either, at this point, you can either help to kind of repair Joyce's and David's relationship, or you can impair it further. It's up to you. It's a choice that you made. I decided to repair it because he's, not a good person, but he's not a bad person. It's kind of where I am on David Madsen.
Yes.
He tries his best, and sadly, his best isn't very good.
That is correct.
So after talking with Warren, Max tells Warren about everything, her ability to travel through time, and Warren just believes her because teenage crush, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, Warren's a big nerd, so like he's like, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
which is great.
Because you're a big nerd doesn't mean you have to believe that
I know,
somebody's
true.
traveling through time.
But he's
like,
also he loves the pop culture stuff of time travel stuff.
It's true, and like they're part of it. I get like this snowed in the summer, like it was hot outside and it was snowing. There were 2 moons at one point. There was an
eclipse,
unplanned for eclipse. So I get where I understand why
whales on the beach. Yeah,
beach whales. Yes. So at this point, he gives Max the selfie that she came for, and then Max is given the option to either give him a hug, give him a kiss, or show him no affection at all. I gave him a hug because, why not?
What monster wouldn't show him any affection at all?
I did not get the option for the kiss.
Oh.
I only got the hug.
I think
I guess the way my relationship was with Warren in this playthrough wasn't good enough to open up the kiss. It was just hug or nothing.
I didn't do anything to encourage anything, and I still had all 3 options.
I don't know. It was weird.
Impressive, Matt. Impressive.
I know. I found another level of fewer options. It's great.
Man, there's so many small things in this game that I keep learning about.
It's a lot of fun. It's so good. So with this selfie, she goes back in time to the night of the Vortex Club party, and she has to stop Chloe from trying to confront Nathan and then ending up in the junkyard. So in order to do this, she has to come clean and reveal to Chloe everything. So tell her that she went back in time and tried to save Chloe's dad, and then tell her, the terrible choice that she had to make between, what Chloe asked her to do.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Chloe. This is probably the most frustrated I was the entire game with Chloe. Of like, your best friend can travel through time. Your best friend is this magical superhero. You don't think that maybe when they say, hey, if you do this thing, you're gonna die, that they're probably correct because they've seen it? You don't think that maybe if they're like, hey, I know this is the plan, but we super can't do this plan because of XYZ, you should just listen to them? Come on, Chloe, come on.
I'll be honest, it's the most on-brand part of Chloe, though. Because Chloe does not really think about anyone but herself, and then Rachel Amber, and then Max. But, herself first and foremost. And, if you played the prequel, this is definitely just Chloe to a T. She's just, the worst sort of angsty teenager. It's just only bad decisions.
Yep.
Just only bad decisions. So the confession works. Together they call David, informing him of everything. And because he's David, he believes everything that he is told. They go back to Chloe's house to wait out the storm, where Max loses consciousness. They wake up at the beach with Chloe. Chloe telling Max that she said that Max told them that they had to go to the beach because the only place that was safe was the lighthouse. So at this point, we are traveling through time so much that Max is kind of in and out of the timeline. She's I'm saying pass out, but she loses consciousness, but she stays Max stays in the scene, just not the Max that we currently are. So Max is kind of flowing pretty fluidly in and out of time. And when it's not the Max that we're currently playing, another Max is there, or Max is not really coherent, but she's sick. So Max is within the scene, but we're not engaging at all. And so this happens a couple times here where Max is kind of flowing in and out of reality, really.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then now things get really strange.
So strange.
The game goes
so strange.
Deep ends out.
It
just gets super surreal. Chapter 5 just goes full surreal. It's Twin Peaks level of crazy. It's nuts. So Max wakes up in photography class, like you do, like she does over and over in this episode. She wakes up in photography class, but this time when she kind of gets through to the end of class, Jefferson begins asking unsettling questions or talking about the dark room. And instead of us being able to give a quippy, retort, we are only allowed to give one of 4 responses all of which are some part of I Love You, Mr. Jefferson, and I Love the Dark Room. And it's pretty eerie and creepy and awful.
Terrifying. It's terrifying.
And Max's inner monologue is like, I am not saying any of these.
Yeah, but we don't have the option not to because the game will progress without saying it. So inside she says doesn't want to say it, but then externally she does say the thing that you tell her to say. So it's pretty creepy at this point. Max leaves the classroom and finds herself in the girls' dormitory instead of the hallway outside of the class. We have to navigate between the different rooms now. She's back in like the girls' dormitory hallway. Using clues the game gives us in order to find the right path to the dorm. So if you choose the wrong door, you end up back at the entrance to the dorm. So you have to kind of navigate correctly. The first clue is a key with a number on it, which is one of her friends' dorm rooms. I forget which one it is, who it is, but it's one of her friends. We don't talk about her very much, but she's a minor character in the game. After going through that room, we pop back at the entrance to the dorm, but this time we're wearing Rachel Amber's clothing, which then we have to kind of infer, okay, we have to find Rachel Amber's door. Look at the map on the wall. We find Rachel Amber's room, go through Rachel Amber's door, pop back out. This time we are Victoria, not wearing Victoria's clothes, but we are just Victoria. So we walk down to Victoria's room, go into Victoria's room, and then we are transformed back into Max. This time the walls are covered with Polaroid pictures in the hallway. Everything is candlelit. It's very eerie. Like there are giant squirrels out of the hallway at one point, like out of a window. It's very surreal. So Max walks down to her door, walks through it, and then we are transported back to the hallway in the classroom. But this time, instead of like, it's exactly like the game opened, but instead of like the opening scene, everything is backwards. So like the people are all saying everything backwards. They're all walking backwards through the hallway. Even like the music that we are listening to, the in-game soundtrack is playing backwards.
It's real trippy. It's a real trippy effect. I didn't know what was happening the first time. I was like, why? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't know what this is, but I don't like this.
So you get out of this scene, you solve this puzzle by just following the steps that you did in the beginning of the game. You go to the girls' bathroom to wash your face like you did. But this time you are transported into a dream-like maze. And this is where it goes like full surreal reality. Mm-hmm. You are in a maze that is making of different parts of the game from the last week. So part of it is the school hallway. Part of it is the junkyard. So you're kind of navigating this maze, and throughout it, there are like these guards kind of, and they are different male characters. So it's Mr. Jefferson, Nathan, Warren, Principal Wells.
Frank's in there.
And Frank is in there.
Ranting
and
about
Samuel's
his beans.
in there. Frank is about his beans. We have salt about Frank's beans. We're going to get to. I love Frank and his beans.
Those were my beans.
This is the hardest photograph to find, in my opinion, because you have to like avoid being seen. Because whenever you get seen, the game ends, and you have to rewind time, like the right amount of time back, in order to not be seen, but then also to keep on traversing the maze. Like the third time I played through the game, this was incredibly difficult. This time it wasn't so bad, but like it was hard. And then you find like the last photo you find here, like one of the photos that you take for the achievement, is Warren's locker. And it is just all like drawings of her and like pictures of her. And it is super duper creepy. Like super creepy. Yeah, but this is a kind of, this is like probably the most difficult gameplay part of the game, to be honest. Cause like you can just get stuck in it if you kind of like, you have to like rewind time little bits here and there.
This is my least favorite part of the game. This entire section is like my least favorite part of the game.
Oh,
I hate it so much. Like, I hate like terrible stealth games, and this was like a terrible stealth game.
I don't think it's that hard. Like
It's not hard. It's just frustrating.
You just walk, and then when someone spots you, you rewind a little bit, and then you keep going because you maintain your place. So it's just like move, rewind, move, rewind, move, rewind. I don't think it's that like
it's not hard. It's just I just don't like it.
I love the vibe of it a lot.
Yes.
Because it is this nightmare dreamscape where every worst version of all of these characters are out, and it is terrifying.
Yeah. I only find it difficult if they try to find Warren's locker. If you're not trying to find Warren's locker,
That's
which is like kind of tucked away, it's not bad because then you can just like zip right on through.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to find Warren's locker, you have to kind of like backtrack around the lockers a little bit, and it can be a little bit frustrating. So after leaving the maze, where are we here? After leaving the maze, Max wakes up and Chloe is carrying her toward the lighthouse. Max comes to the realization that she has caused the storm by using her rewind powers. It's a really touching and sad scene. Chloe kind of coming to the realization that, you know, if the rewind powers are using this, then, you know, what has happened is saving Chloe is the problem. There's a reason that Max had to save Chloe over and over and over again. And Chloe determines that she's not supposed to have survived in that bathroom. Chloe hands Max the photograph of the blue butterfly that Max took in the bathroom and tells her to go back in time and to save the town and then to let Chloe die. And we are given the ultimate choice here at the end of the game with either the option to save Chloe or to save Arcadia Bay. So, Storm Rage, what did you do and how did it turn out?
So I saved Chloe, and what happens if you do that? You rip up the photograph, the one that she gives you of like, hey, go back in time, fix this. And you go, nope, not going to happen. I'm simply not going to do that. So you rip up the photograph and you wait at the lighthouse and the storm comes through. And the storm decimates the town. And then you get into Chloe's truck and you drive through the town and you see that buildings are destroyed. You see beached whales that have been thrown on top of houses. You see a few individuals who have died. No named or recognized characters, but you see a couple of bodies here or there. And you just kind of look over at Chloe and drive down the road. And it is very broad, very vague as far as like what specifically happens, who specifically dies. But I like this a lot. This is, I think, my preferred ending between the two.
I love it. I love this. As you exit town, you're exiting like at dawn, basically.
Mhm.
I think it's dawn or it's as the storm is cleared. It's one of the two. But you're driving out and it's like basically the two of you and the world be darned, basically, is kind of what goes on. And basically everybody dies is what we kind of learn in the comics. Like it is like the comic book one starts with like this 1 year later and like them still dealing with the aftermath of basically losing everybody that they knew. Like basically the entire town is swept away.
Yeah.
Very few
Like
people.
everybody.
Yeah.
Interesting, because that was not my initial interpretation of this event. My headcanon, which obviously is wrong, but I'm going to choose to live by it, is that the individuals that you specifically save in the final scene as you're heading to two whales, like Alyssa or the truck driver or the homeless woman, like the people that you help and survive there, or people that are on the edge of town, like Kate Marsh, who's over at the hospital, things of that nature. I've always viewed that like their survival is maybe, and kind of a bummer that the canon is literally everyone.
Yeah. So in the first book of the comic, like it's like Chloe is dealing with like the loss of her mother still and like missing her mom, and then like at one point Max acts and goes back in time and is able to see Joyce, and like Chloe is devastated that she couldn't see her as well. Max sees like a vision of one of her friends who is now pregnant, and like she's like, it's really crazy. It's like basically the school was destroyed, and and everybody who was in and around it, nobody survived.
Yeah.
So,
Even Warren dies, which is even sad.
yes,
But
Warren and everyone. Yes. So that was my first choice and second choice, and I think third choice actually. So it wasn't until my fourth playthrough that I did actually my preferred ending. So my preferred ending is actually saving the town. I absolutely, it's just so good, and it just makes all the feels feel even feelier because sacrifice is just such a powerful like tool in stories and games. And so I chose to go back in time and let Chloe die. So you go back in time and you start where basically you go to where the game basically started. You go into the girl's bathroom and you're there right as you took the photo, and you have to kind of just sit quietly and wait. Nathan kicks down the door, gives him a little pep talk talking about how nobody can mess with him, about how he's a big, strong man and how he's so rich and nobody can touch him. Chloe comes in immediately afterwards, tells him kind of what's up after she's angry about what he did to her, because he actually had drugged her as well and took pictures of her in the same way that he did with Rachel Amber. And she says how she's going to tell everybody about what he did. At that point, he pulls a gun. They kind of tussle over for a second, and then he shoots her right in the gut, basically, and she's lying on the ground bleeding out. And he is kind of freaking out, and then like it shows Max just kind of slowly like slinking down and just like devastated, but like having to remain quiet because he can't see her. There can't be any witnesses, right? And so she has to sit there while her best friend dies in order to save time itself and like the town that she is in. It's incredibly powerful. And then the kind of music swells, and then they do the photograph thing, and that's how it ends. I think it's my preferred ending. I think it's absolutely incredible. I didn't let Chloe die for the first times I played. I couldn't do it, but I absolutely love it. That's that last 2 times. That's what I've done. I think.
And you also see Chloe's funeral, right?
Yeah. So it ends with like all of like your school friends going to the funeral. And then it's touching, but I don't know. I think the funeral is kind of strange because you don't actually get the impression that like you kind of assume that Chloe would have known these people because she went to high school there. But like the game does not do a great job of putting Chloe within their sphere except for a few people. So like Kate is at the funeral and Warren is at the funeral, but like both of them don't really have any memory of her in the game.
Yeah.
But like there's no reason why they wouldn't. So this is actually kind of, I feel like the game slips here a little bit. Either it slips during the funeral or it slipped in the previous scenes where like those people shouldn't be at the funeral because they wouldn't really know unless they're there to support. They could be there to support, you know, Joyce, who they all know from the Two Whales.
Yeah.
David Madsen, who they all know for as a school security guard, and then Max, who they all know. But like nobody knows that Max and her are like best friends again. So like, because this whole life that they put together over the past week only happened to Max. So I feel like the ending could have been done better. Because there's no reason for her to really be there.
Yeah.
At least, you know, they were obviously childhood best friends, but they didn't talk since she returned back. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird moment, but like I still think that moment in the bathroom like makes up for the weirdness of the funeral.
Yeah.
And then what's super great about this is off to the distance, like very much like off the distance on their own is Frank and his dog, and they're looking on, and Frank is like all touched and sad and you know, feels, you know, like this was a sad moment. So I like that. I love that too, because Frank is awesome.
I want to know kind of one thing. I know we're, of course, going well into our time here. What this game does so well is it makes you think this is the right decision. No, this is the right decision. No, this is the right decision. So frequently. I ended up having the ending spoiled for me because of a random TikTok the very first time that I played this. So like I knew that the choice was going to come down to either save the town or save Chloe. And I went in fully going, I'm going to save Chloe. This is going to be my run. And then you go through everybody and you have that scene at the Two Whales diner where everybody is talking to you of like, hey, save me. Hey, save me. Hey, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, well, I have to save the town. And you go through this whole memories of you and Chloe. And it's like, you guys meeting each other again. You guys dancing in her room. You guys swimming at the pool together. And it's these little vignettes of the life that you've built together over the last 4 days. And it's every single thing makes me go, oh, well, I have to save these people. No, I actually have to save Chloe. No, I actually have to save this. And the fact that the ending is as close as it is, in the remastered version, it's 55% save Chloe, 45% save the town, I think is just such a testament to how difficult that choice is and how well they build up that final choice.
And the classic version's 52%, 48%.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I chose to save Chloe this time because I saved the town last time, and I think I much prefer the save the town ending because it's, you know, all those people you meet, those relationships you build are just wiped away. Everything you've done in the last week doesn't matter if you don't save the town. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I just love, I don't know, just like the loss at that moment. I think is
Yeah.
so powerful.
Oh, it's so good.
I like that scene. Like I just can't, like it's just etched in my head, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna do, to be honest, because I love both endings. And I think that's what makes this game so much fun. And we'll get to this in a little bit here. Don't have to do it now, but there aren't wrong choices in this game, which is awesome. And the game rewards you for making choices, and the choices matter, which is so cool. I absolutely love that. And what, they're not false choices. It's not like they just like, you know, like you have choice, and then they just like reword one thing, or both choice leads to the same like bit of writing in a scene later because they can make it ambiguous, right? The choices actually matter in this game. That's so cool, and I absolutely love it for that. Naga sandwich time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taste my grilled cheese.
What's our
much?
I totally remembered. What's our first good? Storm Rage.
First good is there. So near the beginning of this section, when David Madsen comes to save you, and you're in the dark room, and it's a very intense scene. You can warn David, and then basically step by step, you'll walk through and be like, "Hey, you need to use this cord, or I'll trip him, or you need to watch out for this thing." And so you can tell him to do various things during the scene and interact with various objects. My very favorite is one that is so laughably dumb, and it made me laugh out loud in maybe the darkest moment in the entire video game, which is there's a very small little coffee table that's probably about 2 feet tall, about 3 feet wide. It's curved. It's got nothing on it. And David is at one end, and Mr. Jefferson is at the other end. And Mr. Jefferson has a gun. David does not. So you could just tell him, "Hey, David, kick that table." And David goes, "Yes, sir." And he kicks the table. And when I first heard that, my brain went, "Oh, he's going to like kick the table into Mr. Jefferson." No. He kicks the table about 10 inches, and it just kind of slides, and it just slides, and Mr. Jefferson goes, "Okay," and then shoots David, and you have to rewind. And I was like, that is the silliest option. "Yes, soldier, run, kick, briefly slide, get shot." What? I laughed so hard. It was so dumb and perfect.
David is not a good fighter, dude. Like, he is not like great at like the whole combat hand-to-hand thing.
No, how do you lose? You were in the army. How do you lose a one-on-one to a photography teacher?
Right?
The photography teacher had the drop on him, though, to be fair. The photography teacher knew he was coming, so...
Yeah, at the beginning, but then they're fully even. Very quickly, that is evened up.
Right?
What's our not so good, Matt?
All right, not so good is the puzzle in the when you're in town, where you have to go through one of these buildings, and there's a fire, so you have to turn on. So there's a sprinkler system that apparently does not work. You have to, in order to make the sprinkler system work, you have to turn on the power, and it kills the fisherman.
And electrocutes
the fisherman. My biggest problem with this: sprinkler systems do not require power to work. I have designed fire protection sprinkler systems at one point in my career. This was like, when I got out of college, I did this for like, a little bit, and then I got laid off. Yeah. There is no power running anywhere near the sprinkler system. There is maybe a alarm system that has a backup power source by code. But the sprinklers do not need power to work. That bothered me so much.
So what you're saying is the fire would just set off the sprinkler system automatically.
Yes. That's the way it works. There's a little thing that melts, in the sprinkler head when there's fire underneath it, and when that thing melts, the valve comes down and the water pours out.
Now, the thing
Almost
that you
because
don't know,
designing
Matt,
something where you have to have power to it in order for it to work would be bad in a situation of a fire, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So sorry to interject my engineering brain into a video game, but that really bothered me.
Yeah, get good, don't nod.
Right? I mean, maybe French fire systems do this, but I don't know.
Because they're a French studio.
Yes.
That's the joke.
Yeah. I mean, and if that's the case, well, good luck, French. Don't good luck to the French. Don't lose power and have a fire at the same time.
I'm sure if we went and looked, it's probably a French patent. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I got the best good, and the best good is the endings. I think both endings are amazing, and the fact that both endings are so good, and it's so difficult to choose between the two of them, I think, is an incredible testament to the writing of this game.
Yep.
It's just like tip of the hat. Way to go! It's incredible. Good job. No notes.
Let's get salty!
Matt, can you read the first good?
All right, so this is from Georgian, who's recommended the game. Episode 1, typical teen school drama. It's episode 2, what? Episode 3, what the hell? Episode 4, what? Episode 5, I'm sorry. On a slightly more serious note, I can't thank you enough. Don't nod. Goaty.
Game of the year.
Yep.
I'll take the second one here. Death by 1,000. ... I'm guessing it's longer than that. This is a recommend with 55.4 hours on record. After episode 4. Jeez. This isn't just about a quirky girl getting a fun time travel powers and solving a mystery with her punk sidekick anymore. Brooke likes Warren, but Warren likes Max. Max likes Chloe, but Chloe likes Rachel. Rachel likes Frank, but Frank likes beans.
No, Frank doesn't just like beans. Frank loves beans.
Frank does love beans.
Storm Rage, can you read the next bit of salt for me?
Hey, Dano?
Yeah.
Dano?
Yep.
I'm curious. There isn't an author? Do you happen to know the author of this post?
Weird.
I don't have any idea who the author of this post is. No clue whatsoever.
Hey, Dan, can you remind me how much time on record you currently have for Life is Strange?
I would say about 72.8 hours.
Okay,
maybe
great.
around 17.1 in the last few weeks.
Okay, so this is by an unknown author who has played 17.1 hours in the last 2 weeks and 72.8 hours on record.
And
Who's
you see
to
when
say?
they posted it.
As this post was made, I believe, an hour ago. So, wow, Dano, amazing that you were able to find this on such short notice.
I'm good at what I do.
Yep. Here goes. People keep saying rewinding time is unfair and time screws them over. Turns out there actually could be some merit to it. I hate conspiracy theories a lot, but Blackwell Academy has a patent describing how it controls time to increase revenue. A rabbit hole worth exploring.
A rabbit hole worth exploring?
It's super not. It's super not. Dano, maybe the dumbest bit we've ever done here.
You can go ahead and tip the cap towards Tito on that one. That was a Tito idea right there that I just followed through on. It's such a good idea. Rabbit hole worth exploring. Indeed, indeed.
Game reviews. Game reviews.
All right. I think first time we'll review the game, we'll talk our final thoughts with the game, and then after we do our all three final thoughts, then we will do our game rankings. Good plan?
Yep.
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start. It's my all-time favorite game. I love this game. The feels are incredible. Like I said, 72.8 hours, and still this game surprises me. There are things that I find that make me laugh and things that just make me, want to actually cry. It's an absolutely incredible game. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great. And I'm stunned at how much it still makes me feel. I think that's the cool part. I know the story inside and out at this point, and still it is just incredibly well done. The characters are amazing, and still it is fun to immerse myself in this world every time I come back to it. Stormrage?
I really love this game. It is a game that continues to evolve not only the narrative itself, but what type of narrative it is, every step of the way without seeming forced. So it isn't just like a high school teen drama, but that's a part of it. It isn't just a murder mystery, but that's a part of it. It isn't just a sci-fi time rewinding aspect, but that's a part of it. It isn't, and so like all of these things play together so well, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's a story that may not be for everyone, but it absolutely is for me. My favorite aspect of any video game is the story that it presents, and because of that, this ranks as one of my all-time favorite games.
Matt at Arms.
I said it like a couple weeks ago, or like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now. This is the best one of these games, like this style of like narrative based game. The storyline's compelling, characters feel real. Choices are hard, and the relationships change because of those choices, and it's real great to see like the different way that characters interact with you in different ways. The music's fantastic. Like I made a Sid Matters playlist like this weekend, yesterday, and just started grabbing whatever I could just from the soundtracks, and it's good. It's really good. It's the first time I played it in like 2 years. I played it once like 2 years ago, and then I played it now for this. It really drove home how replayable. Like the game is incredibly replayable, especially with like other people, or like the idea of sitting with a loved one or a friend or a group and replaying this game just seems like a good time. And it really drove home how impactful and how like those choices you make change the game. The weakest chapter in my opinion is chapter 5, because you really don't do anything. There are no real decisions to be made except for the one at the end. You just kind of like have to jump through these hoops to get to the next part of the story beat, to the next story beat, to the next story beat. Yeah, there's cool puzzles and stuff, but like there's it's fine. There's puzzles, there's the stealth section, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's still good to have. But it also kind of just drives home the fact that this game is about the journey, not the end. Like the whole just like living in the world and like being part of Max's background is like storyline throughout the entire week of this game is phenomenal, and that's all that matters, and it's a great game, and I look forward to playing again in 2 years.
One thing you brought up, I think I forgot to mention, was existing in the game that you said, right?
Yeah.
Even in like the end of chapter 5, when you're going through like the stealth part, you get to the part in the junkyard when you are in like the room where that was kind of like the hideout for Chloe and Rachel Amber. Right. You can sit down there and like take a moment, and you will have inner monologue, and there will be like the soundtrack playing and stuff. And you can sit in this like moment of respite, and she's like, take a breath, relax. And it's really, even like the kind of the creepiest part of the game, there is that moment to like sit and reflect and enjoy the game. So very cool.
And there's also like in that maze part of chapter 5, there's a lot of story that gets dropped in there, especially between like you learn a lot about the relationship between Rachel Amber and Mr. Jefferson. A little bit too much information maybe. Obviously Frank and his beans. Nathan, there's some good Nathan bits in there too. It's kind of great. I just don't like the mechanics of the stealth section.
It's fair. All right, time for our game rankings. So we have played Cult of the Lamb, Hades 2, and now Life is Strange. Matt, rank the games.
Are we going 3, 2, 1? So we build that.
Yeah, I think we'll go 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
All right. Number 3 is Cult. I still haven't finished Cult. I still have a lot to play in Cult, and I'll see myself getting back to it eventually. And actually have a trip coming up at the end of the month. I might just take my Switch with me and play some Cult of the Lamb on the plane. Life is Strange number 2. It's very good. It's a great game. I don't love it as much as y'all do, but I still think it's a great game. And Hades 2. Hades 2 is just so good. It is incredible. It is crazy good. Stormrage.
I think Cult of the Lamb, spoiler, is going to be number 3 for all of us. I can't imagine Cult of the Lamb beating Life is Strange or Hades for Dano, so we'll go ahead and just put that one there. So number 3, Cult of the Lamb. Number 2, Hades 2. I love Hades a lot, and I would guess that when full release comes, this might change. but right now the story is not enough. I talked about like story is the most significant factor in my ranking system for games, and that's why Life is Strange is going to be my number 1 here.
Those are some good rankings. So my number 3 is Hades 2. No, I'm kidding. It is Cult of the Lamb. It's Cult of the Lamb is a fine game. It is not a bad game.
No.
It's just, in this current group of games that we have right now, Cult of the Lamb is the weakest of the 3 games.
Yeah.
My number 2, and it is super duper close. It is way closer. When we started this like 5 weeks ago, I was like, this is easy peasy. Hades 2, number 2. Life is Strange, number 1. Hades 2 is my current number 2, but like that could very well change with like further playthroughs of Hades 2, if I'm being completely honest. My number 1 is Life is Strange, but it's very, very close. Part of the reason it's so close is that after 73 hours, I found a lot of warts. A lot of things that like after going, reading it over and over in existence, it's like things that kind of bugged me a little bit, or I felt like didn't really live up to the rest of the high bar that the game itself set. Sure. So like part of what's dragging it down for me, to be completely honest, is that there are parts of this game that don't live up to the game itself. And that kind of bothered me a little bit. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to say Cult of the Lamb, Life is Strange, then Hades 2. I'm actually going to say Life is Strange is my number 2 game. I don't even know. Okay, Life is Strange is number 1, Hades 2, and Cult of the Lamb. But there are parts of Life is Strange that I don't feel are as good as they need to be in order for it. Because this game the highs are so high. And so when there are missteps, they're quite apparent.
Yeah.
Next month, what are we playing, Matt?
We're playing Darkest Dungeon.
This month.
Or this month. Rest of the month. Darkest Dungeon. It's I'm looking forward to getting it started. I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't played it yet. I have played it a while ago, but I haven't gotten deep into it. I'm excited to like kill a lot of y'all in runs into the dungeon. I like the idea of like naming the characters after my friends. So I might be a little more. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. It's been so long since I played it last time that I'm going in completely blind again.
That's fun. Darkest Dungeon starting next week. All right, that is it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks to all our patrons for patronizing us. A special thank you to our producers and best friends forever, Baximus and RidiculousHat. You can find all our social media and content information at the pinned comment on our Patreon page over at patreon.com/squelch.
And games aren't supposed to be, rewind that. Games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, rewind that time, baby.
This is the end of the show. Everybody bye!
So are our game rankings set in stone after we play that game, or are they still fluid even afterwards?
I think they could be fluid at any point in time.
Yeah.
Tastes change. You look back on things in different ways. I'm planning on revisiting my Hades 2 once Hades 2 actually gets fully launched.
Yeah, me too.
I
can't wait to play Hades 2 when it's launched. I think we do a month on it.
Yeah. I was looking like it's like, oh, Hades 2 has it had an update recently? No, they haven't had a big content update recently. That's fine. I'm looking forward to the next big content update to see what they drop in. But
I'm not playing till it's fully released.
Yeah,
same.
But I think that's sooner rather than later. It sounds like it's not as far away as it seemed, if I remember correctly. It was not crazy far out. So. But yeah, I enjoyed playing. I love Life is Strange. What a fantastic game. Even if I think Hades 2 is a better game, I still like Life is Strange more.
So the most recent from PC Games and .com is that Hades is expected between Q2 and Q4 of 2025. So
that's a million years away.
Don't expect to look for it for a while.
I thought it was like Q1, Q2 next year. That's a bummer.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a good game. It's and I'm glad I'm letting it sit and not actually playing it to death right now.
Oh, yeah, I was far too along. The problem is, by the time it comes out, when we bat at the game again, so I'm going to have to start over.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's kind of a bummer. So I don't really want to start over again. But
I mean, there's God mode. You can do that.
You're cool.
I don't want to do God mode though.
You're cool.
Why? I mean,
I don't know because I'm ridiculous.
All right, so we're going to rewind, squelch, and do Life is Strange again, right?
I'm a tree.
I can't do Life is Strange again. I got to give that a little break.
I am look. Actually, this was a good appetizer for the game coming out later this month. So, the Life is Strange.
Yeah, that I am
double
gonna be playing
exposure.
that probably on release.
I went into a bit of a spoiler dive yesterday.
Oh, did you?
And,
no.
No, I'm really excited now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
intriguing.
Good.
Yeah,
very intriguing. Very intriguing. All right, cool. I think that's it. We'll talk to you again next week, everyone. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.